Loving you from Cancun. Gonna swim. Just want to say hi and tell you that I'm thinking of you guys and we'll see you soon. Keep your lines tight, boys. Bye.
Good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California, here in Southern California. Happy President's Day, a day that was originally set aside to honor George Washington. We kind of kick all the presidents in there, like Lincoln and Jefferson and several others. It's a day to honor the great presidents, prior presidents of the United States of America. We have got so much to talk about. I spent an incredible day at Catalina Island yesterday. Met so many nice people. It was a ball. And we caught limits of sheephead, limits of whitefish. Man, I'll tell you all about it. I know what you're thinking, limits of sheephead. What is that nutcase doing? I'll explain. We took them home and ate them. They were delicious, let me tell you. Also, some pretty good halibut fishing at Catalina Island on the gale force yesterday. We're going to talk Royal Polaris. We just dropped a video this morning about some incredible adventures with an incredible young man. You're going to love Kate fishing in Indonesia, living in a rural village in Indonesia. Really great stuff. Later on, we're going to drop another video on our adventure at Catalina Island. And of course, the Danny Cadota Show live today at 4, and then Tackle Shop Confessions at 6 p.m. live. You're going to love that. And one more thing, before I get all set up for the MB, we're going to be fishing here on this beach, February the 23rd, my brother's birthday. It's going to be fun. You're all invited. You have any problems about directions, if you have some problems walking, we can help you down on the beach, get you VIP parking. Just send me a text and I'll get you caught up on that. And we've got a week of really beautiful weather, so that's going to heat things up here in the surf. All right, I got to get going here, man. It is time to set up. You know what time it is. Oh, wait, I'll say that in a moment. Let me get set up for the MB. Coming at you next. Before we get started on today's morning briefing, don't forget, if you're headed to Ensenada, you're going to want to give Zeke Casas a call. Only 15 minutes from downtown, but just check out that spectacular view while in Ensenada, Baja California Norte. And if that garage door is giving you a problem, then you're going to want to call your garage door man. That's Joe Welker. Tax problems? Nobody better than our friend Tim Marquez. Tim's been doing taxes for 35 years. Give the tax man a call today. And for your heating and or air conditioning needs, you're going to want to talk to our dear friend John Lopez at Efficient Heating and Air Conditioning. Oh my God, is it beautiful here in Surfside, California, in Southern California. I can't believe it is wintertime. It's a gorgeous sunrise, and you know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Oh my God, is that good? And is it fantastic to be with you all? Let me set my coffee cup down here and get into the MP with you all. A reminder to you all that colder ice, there it is. Colder ice. All you do is sprinkle a little bit in your ice chest, just a little bit, and the temperature will drop 20 degrees and your ice will last for a lot longer. Colder ice will be at the PCS show. Make sure you go see Chris, who started this whole phenomenon over at Dave Hansen's booth, your saltwater guide. Man, it is fantastic. You can buy those things for $5 is all at the PCS show. Wow. What a morning, what a lot of stuff we've got to cover with you all. Let's start with the Royal Polaris long-range fishing because, man, I'll tell you, one moment they're killing them and then it's a little slow. It's been a little inconsistent on the long-range scene. The funny thing is, though, in my humble opinion, that even when it's inconsistent, even when it's not full speed wide open on the Royal Polaris or any of the long-range boats for that matter, it's still really good, as you can see by the photos and some of the great catches that have been made. Yesterday they had pretty good fishing on 60 to 100 plus pound yellowfin tuna. There's been times when it's straight 160 to 190 pound yellowfin tuna, and other times where they're getting fish, cows, fish over 200 pounds, super cows, fish over 300 pounds. Those guys, talking about the long range fleet now, go 1,000 miles south of the border on 16-day trips during this time of the year. And man, I'll tell you, it's an adventure you'll never ever forget. So some good stuff going on. Long range guys, again, down there at about 1,000 miles, Hurricane Bank and some other areas that have been quite productive. And they don't just sit around, they move. We're up Polaris the other day, had no sign, no signal, moved and got on them and really put the wood to them. Let's check out this water temperature. Feels pretty good, man. Here we go. Going to be a lot of fun here on February the 23rd. Hope you'll be able to join us. So some really good and interesting stuff going on here in Southern California with the long range fleet south of the border. By the way, Paul Strasser, one of the owners of the Independence, will be on there in late April. Man, I'm excited. Really excited about that trip and hope you will be able to join us. Give Paulina a call for more information this morning. He tells me that the fish that we fished on our 8-day trip, 300 miles south of the border, bluefin and yellowfin, mostly bluefin right now, hasn't gone anywhere at all. It is still there and still biting. We had incredible fishing there. We had bluefin over 200 pounds. We had great yellowfin tuna fishing. And by late April for that trip, woo! I'm thinking it's going to be really a great trip. I hope you can join us on that trip. That's going to be a lot of fun as the surf rolls up here in Surfside, California. Down in sunny Mexico, Cabo San Lucas inshore, some yellowtail amberjack offshore. You can find some nice yellowfin tuna at times. Some fish over 100 pounds, most of it 20 to 40 pounds. You got to locate a pot of dolphin. You're in there. Some really good fishing going on in Mulahan, Loreto for yellowtail. That bite just continues to kind of churn along. Great fishing in the wintertime for yellowtail down there in those zones. I love fishing Loreto. It is so nice. It's such a, it just has maintained that sense of a small Mexican town. And walking around the town is really great too. After you get in, so many great dining opportunities. You can bring your catch in, take it to a restaurant in Loreto, and you'll have the guy cook it up 5 different ways and serve it to you. It's phenomenal. You're going to love it. So really good stuff there. San Quintin, just a little ways below the border. They're going to get zipped on the yellows here real soon because we're going into a really nice weather scenario right now. Every once in a while, a good bite on the yellowtail, some big bonita all the time, pretty much all the time. You can take it to the bank. You're going to catch a lot of great rockfish. That is fantastic. So really good rock fishing there. And out of Ensenada, our friend Captain Ihara Nunez. Captain Ihara is the first lady sport fishing captain in Ensenada. She had a great day yesterday, and our friends over there at Primero Dios, they've been doing really good on the halibut fishing inside the bay and catching a lot of flatties down there. And you know, also you'll catch guitar fish and other stuff like that, but they had another nice day. Carlos Cortez, he runs out of Popotla, another great friend of Freebet Adventures. Popotla is located just below Rosarito Beach, and he's been putting the wood to the rockfish down there in that neck of the woods. Way to go, Carlos. So good stuff south of the border, no question about that. Once again, folks, don't forget February the 23rd, right here. It's going to be a lot of fun. You're all welcome. 6:30 in the morning until 9:30. We'll stay late if you want to. It's up to you. I'm all for it, man. If they're biting, we're going to hang in here. If they're not biting and we're having a good time, we're going to hang in here and have a lot of fun. It should be a great day. All right, let's talk about what's going on here in SoCal. Along the coastal areas on the sport boats, okay? 1/2 and 3/4 day guys, sculpin, whitefish, those are the fish that you can take right now. On a boat, keep your grimy hands off those sheephead. That opens up again on March the 1st. And rockfish opens up again on April the 1st. So that's going to open up here in the very near future. But for right now, sculpin whitefish. The Monte Carlo out of 22nd Street Landing. Great fishing on the sculpin yesterday. That limits the sculpin. They'll be out again today, and it's a gorgeous day to be out there doing that kind of thing. It should be fantastic. Out of our home base, 22nd Street Landing, where we do the Danny Cadota Show today at 4 live. So I know a lot of the guys over there, and they do a good job. On board the Native Son, their halibut fishing's been a little slower lately. No denying it. There's been 2 fish taken yesterday, but they catch some incidentals, and they pick at the bass on their twilight trips at night. A little bit of bass, some nice scoping on the twilight trips at night, kind of giving you a feel for what's going on. From San Diego up to the Channel Islands, some guys fish sand dabs, other guys are fishing bass, sculpin, whitefish. Some trips are downright slow, really slow. Other trips are pretty darn good. So we're watching that very closely. Let's talk Catalina Island. I'll tease you on the video I'm going to drop out. I want to talk about the gale force, because the gale force out of LA Harbor Sport Fishing ran their first halibut special of the year. They're going to Catalina and doing their halibut specials, and they ended up with 7 legal halibut. That's a nice hit. And they released 22 short halibut, so they had a lot of action over there. They're going to continue these runs, I think, Thursday and Sundays. You can check with LA Harbor Sport Fishing, but nice opening salvo. All right, I had limits. Well, I didn't. I was shooting video. But we went with Fish from Worm King Lures. He's a great guy, and All City Baits. They have so many great fishing products, including some brand new Freedman Adventure surf fishing line. Went to Catalina Island yesterday on the Catalina Island Express with the guys, father and son. They're really great. Ian and Wesley from Riverborne Backpacks, and we went over there to fish from the beach, to fish from the shoreline, where you can keep sheephead during this time of the year. You just can't keep them if you catch them out there on a boat. And we had such a great day. First of all, we got to meet so many great people over there. Jerry and Mark, when we got on the Catalina Express, were getting on board with their wives, and man, all of a sudden I'm hearing morning briefing, morning briefing. These guys were big fans, and man, that humbles me to see that. I sat right in front of us on the Catalina Express. That was great. They fished the pier, by the way, and picked off a couple of bonito the last time I saw them. But we made a little bit of a walk down to a place called Pebbly Beach. What a phenomenal adventure. What a phenomenal experience. Fish was working so hard at it, catching limits of whitefish, limits of sheephead. Father and son team had limits of sheephead to go along with it. We caught whitefish, we caught calico bass, we caught sheephead, and saw a big giant leopard shark swimming along the beach. It was incredible. It makes me want to put together a trip where we go over there with 15 of you and do that. So that was fun, and that video will drop here in the next 24 hours. We'll see when I can get it up, but hopefully I'll be able to do that here tomorrow morning. I want to drop that video tomorrow. But really great times at Catalina Island. On the island itself, it's a option, a new way to fish the island that I thought you might like, and we'll make that clear in the video. Where to walk to, how to get there, some of the great people that we met. It was an incredible day yesterday, no doubt about that. All right, so Catalina Island churning out some pretty good halibut fishing. We'll keep our eyes on that for you very closely, and hopefully that's going to continue to head in the right direction. Let me look at my notes here for a moment. My brain is churning along here this morning. Man, did I get a good night's sleep after 2 hours sleep the night before. I needed that. So once again, there's some sand dab, scope, and whitefish along the coast. Now, surf fishing, it's picking up, and it's just going to get better and better and better as we get deeper into the spring and then ultimately into the summer. This place goes crazy sometimes in the summertime. Really good. Now, just to the south of me right now, Wayne Shimabukuro and the high tide guys are down there fishing at this very moment. I will add their count. If they do anything at all here this morning, I'll add it in and let you know what they're doing. They were picking a few perch down there, and the water's still pretty cold. Feels like the high 50s to me, mid to high 50s. I'm going to say 58 degrees, maybe even a little bit warmer than that. It feels pretty good. But in that cooler water, whoa, there's a lot of bait here in the surf. Oh yeah, I can see it shimmering back there. Maybe you guys can see it while I'm talking, but you're going to catch mostly barred perch in this cooler water. There's some yellowfin croaker, occasional corbina, and halibut definitely can get into the picture. Here, throwing a lucky crab lure, small chrome jig like a crocodile or a Castmaster. Those are my favorite ways to pick off halibut and yellowfin croaker here in the SoCal surf. from San Diego up past Ventura and up into northern Cal. Some good perch fishing along the beach. But you know, you go down to Cherry Beach in Long Beach, you got a chance at a halibut down here by the jetty. That's another good halibut zone. Those places can really produce big fish, bait, and tackle. When I started my Catalina Island adventure yesterday morning at 5 a.m., I went to Big Fish, picked up the bait that made us successful over there at the island yesterday. You can do the same when you're fishing the Southern California surf. Not only that, but Big Fish Bait and Tackle gives away a free custom surf fishing rod every single month. They give it for the biggest fish caught, and you can become part of that by purchasing by purchasing the ruler there at Big Fish Bait and Tackle. All you got to do is purchase the ruler, and then you're in for the rest of the year, for every single month. Get your bait, get your tackle, get 10% off when you mention Friedman Adventures. You want to definitely stop by there and check it out. All right, my friends, wow, we got a great day planned for you here at Friedman Adventures. It is absolutely beautiful here. It can't get any lovelier than it is. There's been some great long range fishing. We've seen some really fun times here along the beach, and what a day we had at Catalina Island. And don't miss that fishing adventure in Indonesia with Cade Kovar. That just dropped, and I'm telling you, yellowfin tuna on a hand line, fishing from a primitive boat, helping the locals, as well as so many other great adventures fishing in Indonesia. That kid, Cade Kovar, man, he is so well spoken and had such a great time in Indonesia, and he's helping to make the world a better place here. Well, it's President's Day. It's beautiful out. I've lost my coffee cup. I put it in a spot where I would definitely be able to find it. Should we go on a hike and oh my God, guess what? Somebody's waving at me down there. I think I'm gonna have to hang on and see who that is, because that would only be nice. All right, there it is. What can I tell you? It's gorgeous, it's beautiful, and I'm on my way to 22nd Street Landing here. In a little bit, we're going to have the Danny Cadota show at 4, and then I'll be over at Island Fishing Tackle in Carson, California, of course, for Tackle Shop Confessions. Hey, if I don't see you down here on the beach on February 23rd, and don't miss it, that's going to be fun. Whether you like to fish or not, bring your chair down here and kick back with some truly, really great people. If I don't see you then, I hope to see you somewhere else really, really soon. Take care. Have a wonderful President's Day, my friends.